Jay Zacharias, founder of triathlonexperts.com. Tip number 4 is very similar to tip number 3, and it's about trying new equipment, but we wanted to call this one out specifically because this can really cause you some issues out on the race course. I've seen this with other folks. I haven't actually done it myself, but the idea that you would try a new pair of running shoes out on race day, even if it's the same model that you've been using in training all the time, is really a bad idea. It's amazing how these little changes can make a big difference on race day, and particularly with something like your feet. One of the things that most of us don't anticipate on race day, we're never really that tapered and that rested until we go into a race day. Most of the time when we're in training, we're always a little bit fatigued, so we don't get the kind of effort that we do on race day, so there's a lot more power going into the pedals on the bike, which that kind of pressure, particularly in the longer the race, tends to cause the feet to swell a little bit, and then in the run, the pounding that they're going to take during the run after following the bike can be quite significant. So putting on a shoe, even though it's a model that you've used all the time and been able to wear them right out of the box, may not work on race day. So you want to make sure that you have shoes that you've been using in training on a regular basis, that they have a little extra size to them perhaps. That might be one of the things you want to really work on, so that your feet do swell on that day because it's a little warmer, or you're just racing really well and they swell. That you want a pair that you're comfortable in using, and have a backup pair. Even if it's the ones that wouldn't be necessarily your racing flats, so to speak, but even if it's just your training shoes, because that at least won't be on your mind out there. Yeah, they might be a little bit heavier and a little bit more awkward than you really wanted to, but at least you'll be very comfortable in knowing that you can have confidence in wearing these shoes through the rest of the race without getting all blistered or causing any other kind of damage. I mean, I've seen some real awful things out there where people's feet just started bleeding and they're trying to suffer through the run. It's not the way you want to do this. We don't do this for a living. You want to make sure you're having fun out there. Yeah, it's a challenge. It's all those kinds of things. But if you're not having fun, then what's the point of doing it? So make sure that you only use equipment, particularly shoes, that you've used in training, and you'll have a much better day out there on race day.